Hey everybody, this is Kevin with Mallard Painting. I've got about close to 80 gallons through this Quickshot, and it's not spraying anymore. It's actually doing everything. It's got, we try to run some water through it. I can pull the trigger, and I am not getting any material coming out of the gun here. So we're gonna kind of take things apart here and see if we can figure out what's going on and see if we can fix the issue. I'm not sure if this thing is plugged with paint. I have a bunch of painters hammering on this thing. We use mainly Sherwin-Williams Gallery, some Renner, Circa, Evo, all kinds of cabinet coatings and primers through this thing. No solvents, only waterborne stuff. So we're going to kind of take things apart here and see if we can figure out what's going on. First thing I'm going to do here is pour this water out, and you can see like inside the cup there's still a little bit of paint down in there. So I'm actually going to pop this guy off and see if I can't see if something's plugged down in there. Okay, I've pressed the release here, and got this guy pulled off. The cup off, and I went over the sink and kind of ran some hot water down in there, and this was clear water. As I pull the trigger, you can see that the water down in the cup here, down in the bottom, is starting to get milky, which makes me think that there's probably some paint kind of lodged in there. Okay, after trying for 10 minutes to get this thing to spray, it's not coming out. So what I think I'm gonna do is take this gun apart and take a look at this guy, see if there might be some paint lodged in here, and see if I can't soak it and get that thing to free up. First thing I'm gonna want to do before I start pulling this thing apart is take the power off this. I don't think it's got enough voltage to zap me or anything, but definitely don't want to find out. And then it looks like we're gonna need a Allen key. Okay, I got my Allen key. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to pull out. Pull this guy out, and we'll just use the lid. That one's smaller. That's stupid. I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, let's make this one smaller than these three, just to mess with you. Awesome. All right. There's those. Oh, got one more right here. Right back here. Don't forget this one. Oh, one more. Two more, guys. And these are Phillips. All right. Oh, look at that. Got some stuff right there. Oh, looks like there's this little guy here. But I know you can buy this replacement part here. And here is the pressure, and I'm kind of wondering what's up with this guy. So we're actually gonna pull this whole guy apart, and we end up with this. Okay, after pulling this kit needle valve, I've determined that we are caked with paint in there. Paint is not getting flushed through there. Also, the hose, once I disconnected the hose from this kit needle valve, I can see inside there is full of paint as well. So I think I'm gonna try and flush this out and I'm probably gonna pull this part off so I can take this hose off and see if I can't maybe use my air compressor to unplug the hose. See if I don't have like some hard paint kind of lodged in there. Okay, I'm gonna try and remove this hose because there's some paint in here I want to flush out. There's just 5 Phillips head screws to pull off this side. I may have to pull off the prime valve cover. But anyway, you guys get to go on this journey with me because there is nothing online troubleshooting this. So I'm gonna sacrifice my Graco and troubleshoot this with you guys. Maybe this will help someone. All right, so 5 screws. We'll see if I gotta pull off this guy. Yeah, probably gonna have to remove this guy. It's just one Phillips head. There we go. 1 Phillips head. And that guy just pulls off. There's your prime valve. Let's pull this guy off. Oh, look at this. There's the pump. Check that out. So there's your pump. And then this whole guy should come out now. Woo! Here we go. It's getting serious now, guys. All right. So now we're supposed to unplug this. There, that's unplugged. And there's a ground here too. You can see back here there's a ground that's connected, that plugs into the to this guy, and I think it just plugs in. Yep, just plugs in. Okay, so now here's the beautiful little pump they got hidden inside this thing. So I got this thing unplugged. Now I'm gonna remove the hose right here, see if we have any blockage down here. And see if we can't get this hose. There, that was easy. Okay, let's look in here. Looks like pretty clean water in there. I don't think I have any blockage there. I actually think that my blockage is somewhere in this hose line or in the kit needle valve. So I'm gonna go flush this thing out with water and maybe an air compressor, and also flush out my kit needle valve, and then we're gonna put her all back together and see if it'll start spraying. Okay, so I've blown this guy out, rinsed it out, blew it out with the air compressor. I actually think that maybe this little hose was plugged with too much paint. The spray hose, when I pulled it off, was pretty clean. I was able to blow right through it with my mouth, so I don't think that was the issue. So now we just got to put this bad boy back together. Before I do that, I want to give you guys a good look inside here. So this piece right here is $400 and something, and you can see it has all these nostrils right here. And so what commonly happens after talking to one of the repair guys is there's like a circuit board back here that if it gets wet, it can get fried. So it's probably somewhere back, you know, follow those cords is probably back there. You cannot buy just that circuit board. Yay, Graco. You know, otherwise that'd be like, you know, just screw this circuit board in, $100 or whatever, rocking and rolling. And then this thing right here is the motor. And so, you know, so the motor connects to the pump right here. You can see here's the little piston. The motor, you know, you pull the trigger, the battery sends the electricity over to the motor starts spinning, which starts spinning this, pumping the paint through. Paint comes down through here, goes out the hose and comes flawlessly out your spray tip, right? Okay, and that's how, you know, now that I got it apart, we can kind of see how this little thing works pretty well. So let's put this thing back together. I don't know if I fixed it or not, but at least you guys got a good look at it inside. You guys know where all the parts are. I do believe you can buy this little pump guy too. And like all these guys are separate parts I do believe you can buy for this thing as well. So let's put this thing back together. First things first, we got to put this ground back on. All right, that's back on, and I need to slip this guy back in here. I'm gonna pull these kind of out of the way. There we go. Try not to mess that up. Okay, and I know in the schematics, these cords just kind of go through this little channel down on the bottom here. All right. Okay, I got my hose hand tight. All right, hose is tight. Now we're gonna connect those guys. All right, this guy goes like that. Poke it in there. Boom. Okay, see how I did that? You can see you just tuck this guy back in like that after you've tightened your hose, and you just tuck these cords in under there. So here's our cover. Remember, we had our prime valve. We can stick our prime valve back on. Yep, that one goes in perfect. All right, we got our prime valve back on. Now, we use these non-coated, you know, galvanized screws. There's 5 of these bad boys. All right, and I used to drop them down in 2, 3, 4, 5. So there, if you need to replace your pump, just showed you how to do that. All right, here we go. Here's the hardest part of this build, is putting this gun back together, because it's a lot of little pieces going into this, and it's got to be put in perfect or it will not fit. Okay, so we're just going to lay this guy in here. Make sure it's seated up here at the top. Then you have your wiring harness kind of gets shoved down in here. You can see under here there's a little square kind of plastic spot for the trigger to go into, and then you have these wires leading over here to your pressure adjustment. That just sits right down in there. It should fit in nice and snug. And then back here, this lovely little barbell looking thing here, that actually fits right in here flush, and you'll see what I'm talking about after I pop it in. Fits in there nice and snug. Just kind of set the top part in. Let me try and focus here. There you go. You can see that really well now. Okay, so now that I have all that, here comes the hardest part, kind of holding everything in. We have this trigger right here that goes over this guy. Okay, we have our safety, the button. Now this red part goes down. Okay, now on the top of the trigger you have this hole, and move this away, try and focus. Let me zoom in. Okay, we have this hole, red part down, And sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. You can see how I did that. You can see the, anyway, this goes in the hole in the top, red side down. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back out. Boom. Now look, this trigger goes over that guy and red trigger down. Okay, I got it that time, one-handed. Really hard to do. It's gonna be the hardest part. Now that it's in there, we have one thing left to do. We have this little ironing board plastic guy. The looped part actually faces towards the safety. So make sure that that's facing down or it won't, the cover will not go on it. Okay, so I'm gonna set this down. I'm gonna put the cover on. If it doesn't fit on easy, you did something wrong. Trust me, I did this about 10 times. Okay, it fits on nice and snug. Boom. Now on the back side, while holding it together, we need to put in our screws. These screws were all the black screws with the Allen key on the top. So you should have one small one. The small one goes in the little part on the top here. Thank you, Graco, for doing one different screw. Thank you. I'll put that one in first and kind of get it out of the way. And then I'll plop these Allen keys in here. There's another one there. And that one's a Phillips. And that one's an Allen key. All right. Now, we're gonna tighten these bad boys up. That guy's good. Now I have this little small cover for the handle. I'm just gonna make sure that that thing's in there. And I have 2 of these Phillips head screws here. That works good. My clicker works. My this works nice and smooth. Everything's good. Last thing we have to do is to put our cup back on and put some water in it, see if I fixed it. All right, so I went ahead and bought, they're cheap enough. I bought for 40 bucks. I bought a brand new cup and lid assembly. My lid was getting kind of shitted up here, so I bought one of these. It was cheap enough to just go ahead and grab one. So these have a gasket on it, so make sure that if you're going to reuse yours, that has the gasket on it, that it didn't fall off. So I'm going to pop this guy on there. Okay, here's this little notch right here. And you can see there's this little guy. We're gonna spin. There, you see how it clicked? Right there, this little guy. Boom, you spin it and it clicks right over. We're locked in, brand new cup. And I got a brand new lid in here. Brand new lid, put on this guy. Woo, sweet. Let's put some water in it and see if I fixed it. Hey guys, Kevin with Mallard Painting. After doing all that work for you guys, it did not fix the Quickshot. So I have another gun that I'm gonna take off my other unit that does work. I'm gonna try putting that gun on real quick and see if that fixes it. If it doesn't, I was told by the repair shop that it's most likely the pump. Whichever one fixes it, I'm gonna do a quick video and post that up, show the cause and the fix for my broken Quickshot. Anyway, I hope this helps someone. Dig in there, maybe save you some money, maybe save you some headache. I'm the test pig for you guys. Anyway, please subscribe. Have a great day.